Welcome back for St. Clair High School, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Elias, and I'm joined on the camera, as I am each and every night, by Emma Freilich. Emma is a junior at South Fayette High School. It is Friday, January 17th, and we're about to tip off the North Hills Indians and your Upper St. Clair Panthers. This marks the halfway point. This is actually the median strip. This is the point where there's half in front of you and half behind you. St. Clair has completed their first trip through their conference schedule. They play every team home and away in the conference. And what they played on the first session, they will reverse it and play it on the second, and that conference schedule will kick off next Tuesday at Baldwin. The North Hills Indians are a non-section game, and they are the median strip for the Upper St. Clair Panthers. The Panthers with 2 losses on the year. Pine Richland, and the Panthers just came back from a 7-point loss last Tuesday at the hands of the reigning WPIAL champion Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. That game was at Mount Lebanon, and that will mark the end of the conference schedule again here this year, as Lebo will come into town in about 4 weeks. Underway here, each team has turned it over. 1 foul aside. North Hills Indians sporting a 4-8 record. Set up shop against Zach Kingseat, Ethan Dahlem, Landon Roush, Luke Banbury, and Luke Gensler, your starting 5. And the aforementioned Luke Banbury gets his first foul at night, and he thinks it won't be his last. North Hills with a little runner, can't get it to work. Ball pops loose, one thing leads to another. The Dalai Lama, Ethan Dahlem, your quarterback, steps out of bounds, and the ball will stay North Hills possession as they set up shop. Marcus Trueblood can't get action to work underneath. He's guilty of a push. It was Matt Seidel, the sophomore, number 21. No score, minute 15 into the first frame of this non-conference, this midwinter non-conference hookup. These two teams played football this year. Luke Banbury with a nifty little baseline run. Put your Panthers up 2-0. It's 13, Evan Throttle to the rim, forgot one thing, and that was the ball. Dolly picks up the trash and deposits it for a 4-0 lead. But these two teams played in the first round of the WPIAL football playoffs this year. St. Clair was the 8th seed. North Hills Indians were the 7th seed. The Panthers traveled to North Hills. The 3-ball is good. And St. Clair won the football game. Dahlem hit Teo Sapolio. A 3-ball for Luke Banbury. Dolly hit Teo Sapolio. An 80-yard bomb in that play. And the first play from scrimmage. North Hills won the coin toss, got the ball, come out on the 25-yard line. Run play to the right, the stretch play to the right, and ball got loose, and your St. Clair Panthers jumped on it, and the next got the ball about the 23-yard line. And then we ran our version of a stretch play to the left. Dahlem kept it, and he took it down to the 1. Got the party started real nice and early. It was a very fun night. 9-3, St. Clair out to an early lead here on the North Hills Indians. Hey, that's Casey there shooting now. So I guess he is playing. Andrew Casey checks in late. I guess rumors of his demise have been exaggerated. He was, according to pregame chatter, suffering from strep throat and unavailable for this game. So he may in fact be suffering from strep throat, but he's definitely available. 9-3. 4:30 to play here in the first frame. Comes the 3-ball right side. Bit strong. And St. Clair will turn him over on downs. St. Clair's suffering through some of their injuries right now, and some of them are significant. Their shooter. And really a team leader, one of the senior, part of the senior leadership. Josh Russell broke his ankle and will be unavailable for the rest of the season. That stings. And in addition to that, David Pantelis has got appears to be a high ankle sprain. Or I should say it's higher up the ankle than you'd probably like it. Still black and blue. I don't know if it's truly a 6 to 8 week high ankle situation. But he's been down for 2. I would bet he's out for 2 more. I'm no doctor. 9-3, Upper St. Clair coming out of the break. John Sekernik and Jack Moore checked onto the floor. They're joined by Ethan Dahlem, Luke Gensler, and Andrew Casey. Dolly, left side, 3-ball. In transition, very smooth. Dolly, very smooth indeed. (12-3) St. Clair. John Sekernik guilty of the personal foul. John Sekernik is a student section, and I would eventually say the entire fan section on that side favorite, far and away, without question. He's a good basketball player. Gensler, big 3-ball, a little strong off the back of the iron, can't get it to work, but John has been playing basketball an awful long time. His dad is very famous, Jay Sekernik. He's been involved in our youth basketball program for years. He used to assist Jeff Kahn in that capacity. Jeff left our program. He was there before. Jeff was there before his kids got there, and he stayed when his kids were gone. And Jeff is actually coaching in Vincennes Academy in the North Hills. He's won at least one WPIAL championship out there with them. And I know that he's played for a state final, and they're unbeaten this year as well. But at any rate, Jay succeeded Jay Sekernik, and Jay now runs our youth basketball operation, which begins in the 3rd grade and for travel purposes runs through 8th. Rec purposes, though, begins in 3rd grade and actually runs through our high school. In fact, rec basketball at the high school it's got very good numbers. The kids love it, and it is hotly contested. They've got a trophy there. I forget the name of the trophy, but it's competed for every year. Rec basketball is a long tradition here in Upper St. Clair, and it's part of that empire that Jay Sekernik runs. 12-10 here. That's enough on Jay Sekernik. 12-10 here in the first. We got 2:58 to play. Casey, Gensler, Roush, Dahlem, Zach Kingseed have checked in. Casey drops a 3-ball. 15-10 here. 2:42 to play. Friday, January 17th. Weather's changed a little bit. Felt a little bit more like winter out there. The Panthers are heating it up in here early. Up by 5 and with the rock. Landon Roush right side. North Hills is sitting in his own defense. They broke that zone underneath with the big man. Can't get it to drop. Landon Roush. Oh boy. Oh boy. Luke Gensler got off his feet there and blocked himself a shot. Here he comes with a long 3-ball. Block right back at you. No look pass underneath to Kingseed. Kingseed gets the bunny to drop and he's fouled. That's a kind of two-sided action that's going to make Luke Gensler an all-conference basketball player in the same way his brother was last year. His sister Trish before him. (17-10). North Hills trails by 7. St. Clair playing man. Casey picks off an errant North Hills pass. Looks for an open Panther, finds Roush. Roush left side, pumps a 3. 20-10 now. St. Clair by 10. Boy, it's North Hills having a real difficult time finding space. He found some right there and dropped a 3. 20-13, a minute 20 to play. North Hills is playing a 2-3 zone defense. You know, that's great, but you just can't let this stuff happen. Andrew Casey completely outworking him underneath. They can't finish it. 20-15. St. Clair looking to push the pace here a little bit. Up by 5, under a minute to play. Left side to Dahlem, 50 seconds to play. Inside to Roush. Roush, no call. And he lays one in off the right hand. North Hills trails by 7. 30 seconds to play. They threw that one away. 25 seconds to play. Tanner O'Grady, Luke Banbury check in. Luke Gensler, Andrew Casey check out. 22-15, St. Clair, 25 seconds to play. In a fast-moving first quarter. Upper St. Clair and North Hills, non-conference game. The median strip. We'll talk about why it's called the median strip. If they're teaching stats in St. Clair, what's the median mean? A 3-ball. Nothing average about that. Dahlem finishes 25-15 at the end of 1. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Upper St. Clair, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Elias joined on the camera by Emma Freilich. St. Clair just dropped a 3. The possession arrow favored the Panthers. Though Imdon, the ball just below us with a 10-point lead and a chance to expand. The Dolly dropped a lemon drop from this left side. I think he's got 8 in the first quarter. Panthers by 10. Boy, that could have been a charge. They called it a block. Made basket, and North Hills will go to the line with a chance to complete the old-fashioned 3. The rebound came out hot. Gensler picks it up, finds Roush. It's Tanner O'Grady getting some minutes. Zach Kingseed to Luke Gensler, left corner. Luke Banbury is making some cuts through the paint, slashing, trying to get open. He set a screen. Kingseed, 3-ball, catch and shoot. Can't get it to work. One thing leads to another. He gets his own rebound. Gensler finds Roush. Roush to O'Grady. O'Grady rattles it in. Drops a 3-ball. 28-17. The Panthers open their biggest lead of the night by 11. They are pressuring these Indians. That leaves number 3. Christian Heidel for an easy 2 underneath. Kingseed had an ocean left side. Ball fakes, moves his way to the right side, and puts his Panthers back up by 11. 6:30 to play in the second quarter. Roush swats it back. Gensler finds it, takes it coast to coast. For a 2-ball. O'Grady with decent defense. Got off his feet. Back and forth action here. 32-21. Kingseed right side had a notion on a 3-ball. Thought better. Finds Gensler. Gensler pumps it. The Panthers have a way. They get rolling, particularly at home. And make that. And make the light on that scoreboard spin like it's a slot machine. The Reno Airport on the way home. 35-21 Upper St. Clair. 5:42 to play. Non-conference game. I think you kind of can feel it. Doesn't it feel like a non-conference game? Little subdued crowd. Is that Jack Moore getting loose? He strikes again. The pride of Deerfield Estates. I'm trying to think about this. His brother graduated 2 years ago, but he was here. I think we've had probably 6 straight years of Moores on these hardwoods. Luke Gensler to the line. Jack Moore's brother, Brett, played here. He played well. I think Brett's best game he ever played was actually his last. It was a playoff game his senior year against Penn Hills. And Penn Hills won Whippeals and went on to states. And again, I think they lost states. But St. Clair darn near beat them. I think that St. Clair lost by a point or 2, but Brett Moore just played out of his mind. And Brett plays to this day. He's a W&J president playing basketball in his sophomore year. 38-23, St. Clair by 15. We got 5 to play. In this non-conference, non-section showdown. Dolly, the quarterback, too hot to handle. Saw Dolly in the trainer's room before the game. He's got both those ankles taped up. Tapes them up for football, too. 38-23, 4:52 to play in a second. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Upper St. Clair High School, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Elias, joined on the camera by Emma Freilich. Emma Freilich is a junior at South Fayette. She is the daughter of Keith Freilich. 38-23, 4:40 to play in the second quarter. Keith Freilich on the All 100 Centennial State of Pennsylvania teacher team. Just announced. 38-23 St. Clair by 15 with 4:28 to play. Freilich and a guest will be flown to Paris, France for the weekend. He'll be given a robe and a plaque for that amazing accomplishment. 38-23, Upper St. Clair by 15. We'll stay at the Ritz-Carlton on the Champs de Lyon, whatever that thing's called, the Champs, where they do the Tour de France. Alex Smith pumps a three ball. Alex Smith, former quarterback, Kansas City Chiefs. Went to the Washington Redskins, had a real bad break. So John Cikurnik checks back in. Luke Banbury checks back in. Andrew Casey out. Jack Moore out. Nothing doing there. Gonna have to find a guest in the second half if this continues, Emma. Nothing like a 30-point, calling a 30-point non-conference game. 38-25. I think North Hills is playing with a lot of spirit. I'm not so sure they can match up right now. Maybe that'll change. Roush on defense. John Cikurnik pops out. Three ball rattles off the front of the iron. Banbury lets that dribble out of bounds. He'll inbound it. Finds his football teammate and quarterback, Ethan Dahlem. Dahlem to Gensler, left side. See if we can't get John Cikurnik heating up here. He had a notion on a three ball, thought better. Finds the dolly. Good ball movement. They find Roush open for a three, left side. Landon can't rattle it home. Back come the North Hills Indians looking to cut. And a 13-point deficit, loose ball. Ball's on the ground. Banbury extends himself. Can't save the live ball. North Hills will keep the possession here. 2:52 go in the first half. And North Hills just can't get it to fall right now. St. Clair's not going to stay cold down this end. Eventually they're going to start dropping them. You will see some expansion. They clear by 15 right now. Three balls off the back iron. Landon Roush outclasses his competition, gets higher than them, gets the rebound. And here we go. The levee's starting to creak a little bit. North Hill's going to have to stem the flow here. St. Clair 43-25, right at that tipping point. You get that thing to 20-22, it has a way of accelerating. 2 minutes to play, first quarter. Dahlem, Bansbury, Roush, Gensler, Cikurnik. Cikurnik with a three ball from the left side. Can't get it to work. North Hills takes the rebound away. A little bit of a run, mini run, 43-29. Dahlem made a nice catch here. Now that kid can play receiver if he wanted to. Banbury showing nice touch. First foul in a while. Holzer didn't like it. Danny Holzer did not like the call.
Fouls on number 22, Luke Gensler. At the line is number 21, Matt Seidel.
21, Matt Seidel, sophomore, at the line, shooting two. .15 game. And North Hills got a control there. You're going to a timeout. 1:25 to play in the second quarter. Welcome back to Upper St. Clair High School, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Elias joined on the camera, as I have been every night for the last 37 years. Emma Freilich. She's a junior at South Fayette High School. Her father, Keith, just announced today the prestigious Centennial All-Pennsylvania teaching team. Amazing. 45-31. Mr. and Mrs. Freilich enjoy a weekend on Paris on the taxpayers at the Ritz. Loose ball kicked by Jack Moore. Not bad, Jack. 98% of the place didn't see it, including every single official. It may have worked. Under a minute to play. North Hill's done a good job keeping this thing intact. At 14, there was a moment or two there where it was listing. Once she goes, they have a way of going and not coming back. The ball is loose, 40 seconds to play. And just too many second chances here. I guess you only get 1 second chance. That was a third and fourth chance. You can't have multiple second chances. You get 1 second chance, and the next chance is a third chance. 48-31. St. Clair now by 17. And a chance to put a dagger in him. Here comes a 3-ball. And there you go. 51-31. The lead is now 20. 15 seconds to play. They turned him over again. A little 2-on-1 coming back here. And Jack Moore's good. And just like that, St. Clair has literally just ripped off 7 unanswered. That doesn't work. We're going to have a little shot here. Dahlem can't get the big ball to work. 53-21. I beg your pardon, 53-31. We're going to the half. Welcome back to Upper St. Clair High School, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Elias, joined on camera, as I am each night with Emma Freilich, junior at South Fayette. Emma Freilich is the daughter of legendary high school coach Keith Freilich. And we are back to action. Can you hold this for 1 second?
You got it.
And we're back to action. Second half action. St. Clair Panthers 53, North Hills Indians 31. We got a special guest just jumped in the booth with us. The newly minted, don't call him Mr. Beck, newly minted Dr. Beck, Vice President of Student Affairs is what I'm going to call you. Good evening, Dr. Beck. Thanks for joining us. So, talk to us about that doctorate degree. How long did it take you? And you just have a new kid, right?
You just turned 2 December 30th.
What's his name?
Carter.
So how long did it take you to study from the first class until you successfully argued your dissertation and were awarded the degree? How long?
A little bit over 5 years.
And where did you get it from?
Duquesne University.
Do you have so what's your level of education? You got undergraduate from where?
Duquesne.
And do you have a grad?
Masters went to Pitt, yeah.
Master's in what?
Educational leadership.
And then you have a doctorate,
Same
EED, in
Yeah.
in what?
Educational leadership.
From Pitt.
That's from Duquesne.
That's from Duquesne. Was it worth it? I'll see you in 20 years.
It's worth it to be finished.
Was it hard?
It had its bumps in the road.
What was the dissertation on?
Evaluating the perceptions of ninth grade students and teachers' sense of school membership and student voice.
Good grief.
Yeah, basically seeing if people felt like they're members in our high school as ninth graders and seeing what teachers thought about the same sort of thing.
The research that you did for that paper, was it based here in St. Clair? Is that where you got?
It was, sir, yes.
Where'd you get the topic from? Like what made you, did you work with an advisor at Pitt at Duquesne on that?
Yeah, so I mean there's a new kind of like array of research in the construct of student voice in and of itself, and my classes, a couple of professors that I had there knew that an area of focus that I really aspire to be as a school leader here and as a community member at St. Clair is really highlighting the power of student voice and kind of the opportunity to come along and basically just listening, because especially with our high school students, they have some ideas and they want to make things done. They have the agency with our teachers and with our community to want to get things done. So my committee led me in the direction to think that this was possible to do, and I'm glad to work with a great group of professors down there.
How long did it take you to write that dissertation?
So it was 3 years of coursework and about 2 years to write
The dissertation.
Yeah.
How long is it on paper?
Right
100 pages?
Right around
You're kidding.
200, yeah, right below that.
And then you have to present it?
I did, yeah.
And so the presentation of it, how does that work? I mean, how much time do you get to present it?
It's 40 minutes to present it, and then about 40 minutes to take questions and answers, or questions from anyone who attended, both on my committee and then anyone who came.
So is the presentation, the format of the presentation, entirely up to you?
Pretty much.
So you can get caught up in some weeds there. You got to know how to use your 40 minutes to get the whole thing out, to get the important things out. You want to encompass as much of it as you can without getting bogged down. The presentation would seem to me to take an awful long time to prepare for.
It was hard to synthesize 5 years
Right.
of work into 40 minutes. Yeah, sure. That had its challenges too.
All right, so that's your education. How did you come to us at Upper St. Clair? How long have you been with the district?
2013. So
Where were you
7
previously?
years. I taught English at Greensburg Salem.
You taught English in Greensburg Salem. At what level?
I taught every grade, high school, 9 through 12. So yeah.
Are you a Pittsburgh native?
Absolutely.
Where'd you go to high school?
Gateway.
I knew that. Are you from Monroeville?
I am.
Where's your wife from?
She's North Allegheny girl.
And where'd you meet her?
A buddy of mine from undergrad went to high school with her, so was fortunate to cross paths that way.
And so the two of you take off down to Greensburg Salem.
I met her while I was teaching there, yeah.
What does she do for a living?
She is a professor at Pitt.
Whoa, hold on a second now. We're gonna have to unpack that a little bit. We're gonna start. Typically we go to a break on timeouts. We're not going to a break on time. What does she teach?
About this, Ms. Fralick? Is this the way these interviews go?
Sometimes, if it's an interesting interview, we'll talk through the break. If it's, we had Junko up here the other week, for instance, like paint dry. We had to go to a break. 65-33, 5 minutes to play in the third quarter, and there's Junko walking right there. So, what does she teach?
She is in the rehab counseling program.
Drug rehab and alcohol?
Mental health.
Mental health rehab. Well, what would they be rehabbing from?
I think she does a lot of research. She teaches classes on basically like the array of disabilities. And,
I see. So perpetual rehab, that they have a disability of some sort.
Counseling, services, things like that.
Where's her education? Talk to me about her education.
Notre Dame, and then...
Whoa, the university. And we're not talking about the college up by Cleveland, are we? We're talking about Touchdown Jesus and all that stuff in South Bend. Okay, Notre Dame.
That place until I went and visited that.
It's amazing. I agree with that. So Notre Dame undergrad, then where?
Pitt Masters and her PhD at Penn.
And does she teach a full load of classes at?
So it's interesting the way that her kind of education and what she's been doing has kind of evolved into. She teaches a couple classes, but the more and more research things and grants that she pulls in at Pitt, the less that she teaches. So she kind of likes geeking out over big numbers. She's a quantitative researcher.
She's a quant. We talk about math up here, Emma and I, and sometimes stat. You know what we call this game, for instance? Your wife would appreciate this. This is the median strip. Okay. Why? Because it divides the first half section action from the second half section action. And it sits right in the middle. That's why they call it a median strip. It sits right in the middle between two sets of data.
You're right. My wife will have to tell her to listen to this.
Tell her to listen to it. She'll know it and agreeable. And then, you know what I said here? I was talking about that median. Dahlem hits a three. Guess what I said? This is how I signed off the first half. That's anything but average. Not a bad line. What's your wife's name?
Kelly.
And she's from the North Allegheny School District. You guys lived in Dormont for a spell, correct, Amundo?
Yeah.
What street in Dormont?
Latonia, right in front of Keystone Oaks High School.
I grew up in Beachview, so I know Dormont a bit. And then, as you said in your opening, you're newly minted residents here of the 15241, correct?
Yep, we live on Southview. We moved here in August.
2-year-old boy, what's his name?
It's Carter. Yeah, so it was awesome. I have to go home, eat dinner, still get him in the bath, and
yeah.
Here to enjoy some basketball on a Friday night. So.
Carter Beck.
Yep.
All right, so you joined us in, did you say 13?
Yeah.
This is the year 19. Did you join for that 13 school year, 13-14 school year?
Yeah.
So this is your 6th full season with us, is that correct, or 7th?
So yeah.
It'll be 7. 7. how do you enjoy your time here? Talk a little bit about this district and how you enjoy your time here. And then the second part of that is talk to us about this electric student body that we have here at Upper St. Clair.
Yeah, so the first part, when we had our son, it made it really easy to decide where we were going to move with both the community and the school. So everything about working here is pretty great. I mean, part of the role of assistant principals is when people make mistakes on occasion. I get to work with the students and their families through that. But big picture, the district is pretty devoted and committed to continuous progress. So I think when my son is in high school, 14 years from now, 15 years from now, it'll be neat to see where we are. And again, you talk about the student body. I mean, you have a press out here, all these guys kept out in jerseys every week they show up. And I have the pleasure of meeting with a lot of the leaders on a weekly basis, talking to them about their ideas, working with them. And again, they provide insight and feedback. They take direction well, and they're just nice guys and girls. So.
Yeah, I think you'll find it's not a bad place to raise a family and to educate them. And you talked about kids and making mistakes. Very few of them get to walk through the raindrops. They are kids after all, so they do make mistakes from time to time. That keeps our assistant principals' offices busy. The turnstiles are active sometimes. How often do you get to come to these games? This is a work night for you. I had to pull you away from work now. A lot of people don't realize that. They see you here. I enjoy watching basketball as much as the next. But you know what this is for me? This is completely optional. Not so much for the administration. Talk about the folks that are kind of standing around over here. They're kind of part of the wallpaper, so to speak. But talk about them, your colleagues who put in these hours, these long hours, to make these student activities a success.
Sure, yeah, gladly. So at the beginning of each athletic season, Mr. Z, Dr. Wagner, and I get together to kind of figure out which teams we're going to kind of follow along the way and make sure that we're there to support them across the board. So whether it be a Friday night basketball game or I think next Wednesday's a big swim meet, the following Thursday after that I know we're going to go to a rifle meet. So we try to make sure that we get to see our students in action across the board. And again, on a weekly basis, we get to meet with our school police in the athletic department to make sure for some of the larger scale events, whether it be a home Friday night game or an away game at Mount Lebanon or Bethel Park. So we're there just to root on the guys, or root on the girls, and still enjoy our time. I enjoy watching a good game, but in case anything would come up, be there to help.
Another three, far and away. I was John Sekernik hit that three ball. Just a absolute favorite here.
Yeah, the students actually
they love him.
To get a three every time he gets his hands on the ball. Yeah.
And he can shoot. I will tell you, he can shoot. So you mentioned next Wednesday, boy, it'd be nice to get into that swimming pool, wouldn't it? I think that's actually senior night for those swimmers, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Have you been in the pool yet? Literally, have you been in the water?
Not in the water.
But you've been in the facility.
Yeah.
How's it look?
It's ridiculous. It's gorgeous. I mean, everything about it's spectacular. I mean, it's state of the art. It's the nicest facility I've ever been in.
And the hope is it's got a few more tests and a couple of things to put down, I think. And the hope is to have that thing up and running for next Wednesday, which will be senior recognition night. And at that point, I think we're going to be tucked away on our facilities, at least from this round of constructions. Talk about the building and the changes you've seen in the building. I mean, we've added a lot out here. We've moved administrative offices up here, put a swimming pool in here. We've also, as I know you're well aware, we've made some changes over at and enhancements over at Boyce Middle School. What do you think of the brick and mortar presentation of the St. Clair School District?
Everything about it, from the facility to the people, man. It's classy. The new district administrative building is also gorgeous. Had the opportunity to go there with a couple of students that do conference rooms in there, while central office and a lot students ever need to be there. So I mean, it's a welcoming environment there. And again, the facilities bit by bit, like one step at a time, to be able to continually improve them. And then there's potential around every corner to see what's going to happen next.
You were kind enough to spend this entire quarter with us. As we wind down the second show, I'm going to tell you something real quick before we wish you a good night and a good weekend. The student population in this district has remained plus or minus within a couple hundred students for the last 25 years. And in Allegheny County, that bucks the trend. We're losing kids in Allegheny County. City schools, where I'm a graduate of, when I was a student, there had 50,000 students. They now got 25,000. Now the suburbs have picked up, but what that tells me about St. Clair is that folks are coming here to put their kids through this school. So while this is a wonderful group of seniors and a student body over here, we've seen this time and time and time again. And it's a wonderful place. We got a wonderful group of students over there. And while the brick and mortar is fantastic, what really makes the magic happen are when professionals like yourself show up Monday through Friday and sprinkle that magic dust, and then that's when we get going. Bricks and mortar are important, but they can't replace our most valuable resource at all, which is a human resource. Dr. Beck, I want to thank you for your time. We'll send you back over to that student section, and we wish you a wonderful weekend.
My pleasure, and I'll make sure not to tell Coach Junko about what you said earlier.
It's the truth. Look, the truth hurts. If he can't take criticism, he's not going to be long for that job. Good night, Dr. Beck. Thanks. I'll see you soon. Famous Dr. Beck. Newly minted Dr. Beck. He's a great guy. 74-43. It's been a while since we updated the score here and the quarter. I think the highlight of that third quarter, I saw John Chekurnik knock down a tray. But your St. Clair Panthers have now got a 31-point lead. I'm going to have to watch my math, certainly my simple math. But when I start to move into statistics, there's a chance Dr. Beck's wife's listening. I better make sure I'm on my P's and Q's. 74-43. And thanks, Emma. Can you grab that? North Hills Indians. Never let it get crazy out of hand, but they've had a tough time matching up all night. Let's see who we got on the floor now. We got Aiden Besselman, Jamie Smith, Michael Polici, and John Chekurnik. As we work our way into the fourth of this median type of game. Michael Polici travels with it. Polici got a foul in there, Michael Polici. Somebody better cover Chekurnik down here. They pull a rebound off. On a missed shot here, St. Clair, there you go. We got a runner down here. Number 32 got down there. Just trying to make sure you're sound, North Hills, that's all. 76-50. Indians pull it within 26. 2002. Besselman with a three.
Number 4, Aiden Besselman for three.
The Bessie. This thing's ballooning back up towards a 30-point lead. 5:50 to play. If I'm North Hills, the only thing I'm thinking at this point is I hope they have hoagies for the ride home. North Hills is 4-8. They're soon to be, barring an amazing comeback, drop to 4-9. Your Panthers will be 12-2. A game off the lead in the section. The Panthers, they lost to Lebo by 7. It's an odd game. Lebo played well, played good defense. And St. Clair missed a bunch of stuff underneath. Besselman 3-ball, can't get it to work off the back of the iron. Down to 5 to play here. Nice section game. Danny Holzer gets to stretch his bench a little bit, practice him tomorrow, and rev him right back up for what's certain to be a hard push into the home stretch of this this basketball season. Your Upper St. Clair Panthers do have high hopes. They're carrying some injuries around right now, but three ball coming. Jamie Smith, pretty doggone smooth over there. He's a quarterback too now. 82-56. 4:20 to play. Polici right side. That worked. 85-56. Whoa. A little bit of juice on that headman pass. Well, looking around for another guest. 85-56, St. Clair by 29 with 3:52 to play. Oh, Polici from downtown. Jaden Queter out there, number 12. He's just left side of the court. He hit the 3-ball from the left side. It's number 10, Mike Polici. Jamie Smith. Jordan Queter, I'm sorry, not Jaden. $88-59, 2:40 to play. Quick game. It's 8:35. It's been an hour, 5 minutes. 3 ball coming, Besselman pumps it short. Polici picks up the trash, makes a 2 work.
Number 10 by Polici.
Polici gets his second foul today. 90-59. They going to score 100, Emma?
Fouls on number 10
You
by
think they'll make 100?
At the line is number 21, Matt Seidel.
Here's what we have to figure out what their run rate is. So there's 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Quarters are 8 minutes long. So 3 times 8, they played 24 minutes through 3 quarters, and then another 6 minutes. So they've played 30 minutes of basketball. They've scored 90 points. Their run rate is 3 a minute. There's 2 minutes left. They'd have to pick up their scoring because right now they're on a pace to score 96. You're welcome, Mrs. Beck. 90-60, 1:58 to play in the second quarter. So St. Clair is sitting right at a 3 points per minute run rate right now. And with 2 minutes to play, the machine is telling us they're going to score. Now here's the thing. North Hills was sitting at a point a minute, 2 points a minute. They just hit a 3. The projected score was 90. The final score was supposed to be 96-64. North Hills has picked it up already because they've got 65. Let's see if they can win this last 2-minute session. Jamie Smith, stop and pop, can't get it to work. Here come those North Hills Indians trying to win these last 2 minutes. 90-65. Be St. Clair ball coming this way. 1:19 to play. $25-point deficit. Panthers will improve and move on. That will be at Baldwin, which will be a spirited affair, I assure you that. Jordan Queter with the save. Three ball coming. It's down. It's not a bad shot right there. It's his second. 90-68. Under a minute to play. 30 seconds. Emma, it's been a privilege as usual. Jordan Queter gets another 2. 92-68. We hope you all enjoy the rest of your January out there in Pantherland. We hope you make it rain in your respective professions. Whatever field you're in. May the S&P 500 continue to reach new highs. And may your 401k go on forever. $92-68, Emma. Let's see if that's a final. Besselman picks up 2 more. North Hills Indians didn't win the game. They did win the last 2 minutes, though. Your final from Upper St. Clair, 94-70. On behalf of Philly Live's Emma Freilich, I wish you a good night.